Hello and welcome to EV News World. Today is the 27th of March 2025. Thank you for being here. There are a few headlines that are quite refreshing. I'd like to go over those with you. First one being from Inside EVs, the 2026 Nissan LEAF. This is it. The headline goes, Nissan's affordable EV is back now as a crossover with more range and an NACS port. That is huge news from Nissan. By the way, this article is by Mac Hogan from March 26th. The Nissan LEAF will return as an SUV. That is very big news, since Nissan had the Nissan LEAF for the 2024 model year, I believe also 2025, as a 5-door hatchback vehicle. And of course they have the SUV or crossover Aria. The other subheadline says the company says it'll be more efficient and offer a Tesla style charging plug from the factory, solving two of the LEAF's major issues. But with no range or price announced, I can't say whether it be a hit. That's per the article author Mac Hogan. And it continues, the Nissan LEAF is back, and this time it is a crossover. After plenty of speculation, Nissan confirmed today that the reborn LEAF will arrive in the US within the next 12 months and shared its first full image of the vehicle. I was on hand at Nissan's Full Speed Ahead event in Atsugi, Japan, and got to see the production intent LEAF up close. The new model is an egg-shaped subcompact SUV, a 3/4 size Tesla Model Y. From the side profile, its lighting treatment up front and around back are both more unique and, to my eye, more successful than the new Model Y design. There's a front photo of the Nissan LEAF. Looks pretty good. I think it looks a lot like the Murano, the styling of it, which is quite refreshing. It's a quite attractive design, I believe. The rear taillights are particularly interesting, with 2 vertical and 3 horizontal holographic effect LEDs, with similar black plastic surround as the modern Nissan Z. So the lights are a branding nod, since photography was not allowed and Nissan only shared a front image. You'll have to wait to see it in full. There's a photo by Nissan. It has a caption, the LEAF pictured with the rest of Nissan's upcoming US models. There's a new Rogue and Xterra inspired EV crossover and a new Sentra, all coming your way. Nissan says the low lip and rounded shape help give the LEAF a drag coefficient of 0.26. That's slipperier than the Chevy Equinox EV, but can't match the Model Y's 0.23. Still, Nissan claims the aero improvements will help the 2026 LEAF be a range and efficiency champ. For now, the company wants us to take its word for that. Nissan revealed no specs for the new LEAF on Wednesday, saying full information would be available during its full reveal in June of this year. For now, Nissan isn't sharing much. It confirmed that the US market LEAF will have a Tesla-style North American charging system plug and offer a dimmable panoramic sunroof and 19-inch alloy wheels. We also saw that it has a new interior with a push-button shifter and a new graphical interface, but that's all we get for now. There's another photo of 3 vehicles, including the LEAF. As a caption, the LEAF will be joined by a Micra EV and Juke EV in Europe, but they're not supposed to come to the United States. And the article continues quite a bit. You can check it out. And this is refreshing news, and this is quite exciting, not only to see the LEAF be completely redesigned in the middle of Nissan's largest, perhaps worst financial problems. But it's also refreshing to see that Nissan is adopting a aggressive new strategy of turning their most popular vehicle brands into electrified or fully electric vehicles, such as the Juke and also the Rogue and the Xterra. Although they probably won't be called that, they are at least inspired by those models, and hopefully they will keep those names, which are quite popular, I believe. That is a quite new and surprising even strategy. Another headline from Inside EVs, which is a website dedicated to electric vehicles and automotive news. The Audi A5 plug-in hybrid has a bigger battery than the original Nissan LEAF. I believe the original Nissan LEAF had I want to say 24 kilowatt hour battery. A hybrid vehicle has a bigger battery than that. I believe this is probably a plug-in hybrid. Yes, it is the A5 plug-in hybrid from Audi. So that is very refreshing news. It should get a lot of range on EV only. The Trump administration slaps 25% tariffs on all imported cars. And that is quite interesting. And this is to go in effect, according to this, on April 2nd of 2025. It says here, President Trump on Wednesday said 25% tariffs on imported cars and car parts will go into effect April 2nd. The other subheadline, this will have an enormous impact on the auto industry, since roughly half of the cars sold here are assembled internationally. Trump hopes to spur U.S. manufacturing, but the duties will also make vehicles way more expensive for consumers. The other headline says Hyundai's Georgia EV Metaplant will be bigger than expected. Hyundai's brand new factory near Savannah makes the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 9 EVs, and now it's going to expand even further. That is quite refreshing. That is a plant here nearby, about a couple of hours from where I'm at currently. And it's very good news, refreshing news that this plant is at least expecting to do good. And they are already planning to expand, so they must know some good news, some good information. Or they may be already getting some good feedback numbers, sales from that plant here in the US market. Again, the EV industry is a growing industry, make no mistake. It is, although not growing as fast as it was back in 2023, 2022, it is still growing. Make no mistake. And I will perhaps bring some statistics on that at a later show occasion. But it says the Hyundai Motor Group's new Metaplant near Savannah has been hailed as the state's largest economic development project ever. Now the automaker is planning to get even bigger. Officials from the southern states and the Korean car company announced that while the original plans called for 300,000 fully electric cars to be produced annually at the Metaplant, it will now aim for 500,000 per year. Many of those vehicles will include hybrid cars, as Hyundai plans to potentially uneven demand in the electric vehicle space. So they may be including hybrid vehicles because of the slowdown in the growth, as I just mentioned. But again, that may change. That growth may return to 2024 numbers and even get better or grow from there. It says here the Metaplant is already producing the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 9 electric SUVs, the first of several new EVs from the Korean conglomerate to be made in the United States. Unlike their Korean-built predecessors, those cars come equipped with a Tesla-style North American charging standard NACS plug from the factory and have native access to Tesla supercharger network. And again, that is a huge plus, or Tesla's network is superior and ahead of its competition, the CCS 1 or combo charging network, DC charging network. They are faster, they are more numerous, they have more chargers available. Not only that, but they are smart. I believe Tesla has a system that basically lets you know whether a charging port is available for you at your destination or at a stopping point to your destination. So that is very refreshing. Not only that Hyundai is adopting the NACS plug, but also Nissan seems to be doing the same. Also, I believe Ford also is adopting the NACS, which again I would hope that CCS would have developed a beefier, stronger, more reliable network, but this seems to be consolidating into the NACS, which hopefully will not be owned or controlled by Tesla. Hopefully the NACS technology will be in the hands of other third-party manufacturers where it can be more numerous and also more affordable, and also so it doesn't have total control from one company that could jack up its prices and control the prices as a monopoly, which is not a good thing. Car companies are shifting into self-preservation mode. Nissan speeds up its EV development cycles. Toyota holds back on battery plants, while Hyundai invests in the US. So of course the political environment, climate is going to affect decisions at car manufacturing companies, meeting rooms, board meetings, etc. And the tariffs coming up this next month are a huge factor there for car manufacturers to make decisions on. And of course, as you see on this headline by Kevin Williams from Inside EVs, they are reacting. They are massively